Well, I would like to share with you something that I have learned today in the discussion that we had during the forum, and this gave us an opportunity to think, to reshape, and to look at what the future may look like for the classroom, the future classroom, and the future education. Well, what we want to have 5 years from now is somewhat of like an education that would really take care of the other side of how we can make learning more effective, more enhancing, and an experience that the student can bring back the joy of learning. Well, for 2 years or 3 years, if you say, pandemic has really disrupted everything. Now that we are trying to move back and give another experience after the pandemic or disruption, I think the kind of future education or classroom that we would look like would tackle more on the other side of not just the technology, because we know, as I have learned today, my biggest takeaway is that technology will be made as much as possible invisible, and it will only be considered as an enabler. And looking at what education or the Industrial Revolution on Education 5.0 is talking more about on rehumanizing the relationship between the people and the machine. And that is what we would like to see. It's strategic, pedagogical, and maybe an approach that would enhance now the learning of our students to make them more prepared for the future and become critical thinkers, the skills that would make them become stronger to face any kind of disruption is something that we would we would want to have in the future. And maybe this is something that we can study on and work. Technology is there. We have seen that over the past 3 years, and for some schools and universities who have adapted early in the digital transformation, and the rest who have followed, it is already a given, but we can take on another level on how we can prepare better our students for the future. And maybe that is something that we can study and discuss more about. Thank you.